Very good morning to all present over here on this portal. COVID-19 and pandemic lockdown 2020 made us learn many new lessons of life. Specifically, in the field of education, we have realized how important it is to learn through and with technology. We are grateful to online education, which made us realize we, the teachers, may stay logged or immobile, but intellectual sharing and knowledge resources always can extend their mobility from local to global. I, Dr. Mandeep Kochar from Bombay Teachers Training College, Mumbai, on behalf of Principal Dr. Bhagwan Balani, welcome you all in the series of our alumni contributors. I welcome Miss Monica Tekchandani from Massachusetts.
Thank,
Welcome, Monica, to this platform.
thank you so
Monica,
much.
it's time for you to sleep now, but it is lovely morning in Mumbai, and let us make our morning more pleasant. I hope you remember the college prayer. Let's listen to the energetic college prayer. I request Mr. Ranjit or Miss Inshira, please support me. Thank you.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ अस्तो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Thank you, Mr. Ranjit and Inshira. Miss Monica Tekchandani, lead preschool teacher, director, US citizen, authorized to work in US. The educational qualification, Director 2 certificate from Department of Early Education and Care, Montessori Teacher Training 2007, Montessori Academy, India, Bachelor's of Education 2004, Bombay Teachers Training College, India. Master of Commerce 2002, Mumbai University. Work experience in as preschool teacher since August 2016, developing and implementing curriculum as responsibility as a teacher, engaging children in activities and play, supervising other staff members, creating and maintaining an environment of professional environment, following the school philosophy, guidelines, schedule, and reporting to the director, taking periodic trainings and professional development courses as per the EEC guidelines. There is lots in her career that she had spent, the time which she had spent in US as substitute director, lead teacher, and more important, she publishes her poems in Sun newspaper, State Street Early Learning Center, YMCA, she is connected with Faxon Commons Leasing Community. International work experience talks about working with Eurokids preschool in Mumbai and Khar Education Society. We are glad to have Monica Tekchandani with us this morning. And before I say over to Monica, I'm really wanting to know, we as teacher educators in Bombay Teachers Training College, we keep following our alumni, and we feel very happy when our alumni are well settled in educational sector. So well settled Monica Tekchandani in Mumbai, and all of a sudden we get to know that she is calling up from United States, and she's saying, I have moved to USA for all the good. Monica, I wish to know how this journey started. How did you move to US, and what made you move to US? And now you are so well settled over there, you are wanting to contribute back to your institution, encourage to motivate the upcoming teachers and in-service teachers. Monica, over to you.
Thank you, Mandeep ma'am. Thank you for the lovely introduction, and thank you to Balani sir. Thank you to all the staff members, and for attending, the students. It's a great pleasure to have this opportunity to talk to you. After so many years, I feel so connected back, to my college and to my young age, I would say, because I feel old now. Welcome to this webinar, and I wanted to say that I actually had no clues that I'm going to be a teacher, to be honest with you, because I did my MCOM, I did my diploma in business management, and I started teaching in Car Education Society in Car. And when I was teaching over there, after a year, the policies changed, and I was needed to complete my bachelor's of education. That's how I joined BTTC. And I did that. I again went back to Car Education Society. I was teaching there under Dr. Nandini Deshmukh. She's still the principal over there, a very nice personality. And after that, my husband moved to US, and I got married, and he was here, and he didn't want to settle down, but suddenly he decided that he's going to settle down. And so I had to resign and come to this country. The journey wasn't easy, because when you come here, you are a dependent. A dependent on your husband means that you're not allowed to work for a certain number of years, because you have a dependent visa, you don't have a work permit. So it was not easy, because I was new and I didn't know anybody who was in the teaching profession over here. But I would say that over the years, we all have learned. I have learned a lot, and I really wanted to share this, this all my experience and all of the qualifications needed to help you. But number one, I want to tell that my BEd in BTTC has given me so much opportunities in this country, that I wouldn't have realized it until my mother-in-law wouldn't have forced me to do my BEd. Believe me, she was the one who actually helped me to go and finish this, and before I come here. And it was a lovely experience. I'm very thankful to all the teachers at BTTC. They gave me the confidence to stand on the stage where I am today, and whenever I'm introduced in this country, it's like, she's a teacher from Bombay Teachers Training College, and it gives
So
me a
these
big...
are the iconic lines that we need to be having in this conversation and dialogue, which we are going to have with Monica. We are highly inspired to hear that you are introduced in schools of United States as a teacher from Bombay Teachers Training College. It's the real inspiration to our students, and it's a guideline which you are going to tell them in the whole process of making a teacher, and beyond borders, without barriers. So please put up your presentation. You can tell them what beyond BTTC they have, and you can guide them to look forward when they look for higher education. But as you also know, Monica, that now BTTC is constituent college of HSNC University. So we would wish to hear from you how university also can be contributing to the schools, to our students, and where some landmarks where you can be helping us, that early childhood education can be more brand ambassador and brand marked in United States.
Yes, yes, ma'am. That's right. We have to carry this forward wherever we go. Can you see my screen? Is it visible?
Yes, it is clear. The title also you have put up. The first slide is showing Beyond
Yes.
Borders Without Barriers.
And
You can
before I,
go to slideshow. You can
yeah,
go to the view and you can go to the slideshow.
so so this is what
Yes.
I say
Yes.
that
Thank you.
welcome. And it's a very, India, US is a very diverse country, and there are a lot of immigrants coming every time to this country. And now it has opened its borders to a lot of different people from different countries. So we have a lot of opportunities in this country, which are new, and everybody is like trying to learn. So these are my qualifications, as you already said. So the first thing which I did when I came here is, first thing, whenever anybody has to come, they have to get their degrees translated. So when you come to this country, the first thing is that you send your degrees to this institution, which is called Center of Educational Documentation. Of course, there's a fee involved, which is like $100, and you send them all your transcripts. So first, I want to tell you all that make sure that you all save your transcripts in a very, in a very organized manner. Whether it's your mark sheet from 10th grade or 12th grade or anything, everything over here is needed when you come. Whenever you come here, please bring all the transcripts, all the degree certificates. You send them all the originals, and this is how you get your degrees translated. And if I take you to the next
I wish to reconfirm, Monica, you said the originals.
Yes, originals, not
Fine.
not the copies, because you send them the originals. I know you get scared, but they are very nice. They send you back, all the originals, and they make a copy. They don't trust the copies, even if they are tested. They always want the original. So make sure that when you come here, you have all of that. So when I came to this country, I was like, I had my bachelor's of education and commerce and master's. So in this country, you need 10 plus 2 plus 3. So not 3 but 4 to be a bachelor. But commerce gives you only 10 plus 2 plus 3. So Bachelor of Education, which is B.Ed, becomes your 4. Of course, I had Master of Commerce, so it becomes more than that. But to be a bachelor in this country, from a commerce and an arts background, you really need to do your master's. Diploma doesn't count. But for science, and engineering, it's 10 plus 2 plus 4. That means your equivalent bachelor to US degree. But commerce and arts does not count until you do your master's, or you do a B.Ed, or you take another degree course. In degree course, I mean to say you get the degree from the Mumbai University. No diploma, no business management can help to get you that. So then when I came here, you read at the University of Bombay, which is affiliated Bombay Teachers Training College. So Bombay Teachers Training College is an accredited institution in US. And that's why I got the equivalent degree as Bachelor of Education of US. The Bachelor of Commerce is also.
Monica, sorry to interrupt. I will keep interrupting in between because I'm really getting, inspired by your inputs. What do you mean by Bombay Teachers Training College is accredited in US? Just highlight in 2-3 sentences, please.
So in USA, there are institutions from India and all over the country, which they consider as accredited institutions. That means their degree is valid in US as a US degree. But there are some institutions whose degrees they don't accept. So I want to make sure before you there are websites. You can go on the
Yes, yes,
website and you can see
yes.
which institutions are accredited. I didn't know this too until I
Very
got
good.
the translation that Bombay teaches. So my Montessori was not an accredited one because it's a diploma and it's from an institution which is not recognized. But I was very happy that BTTC gave me that opportunity, and which was recognized university, which I didn't know before I came here until I read these translations when they came to me. So Bachelor of Commerce, Masters of Commerce, and B.Ed, they all counted together. But when you read the line, Nursi Monji. I did my diploma in business management from Nursi Monji, but that did not give me a business administration degree year. It only gave me 1 year of business administration, but that doesn't complete my course of business administration in this country because it was a diploma. So you can clearly read that Nursi Monji is accredited by All India Council, but that's a 1 year diploma in business management, but that requires a bachelor's degree with it. So B.Ed is the one which actually helped me, but not my diploma in business management and not my Montessori. So I want to make sure that you guys, you all are in the right side. So this is how they translated the degrees, the subjects which I took. I specialize in geography and economics from BTTC. So this is how they evaluated my practical and my theory. Practical is as much important in this country as the theory, which we don't realize in India until we come here, that they break up everything. So this was not given to me by a BTTC. This is how they divided the practicum hours and gave it to me. So this is how you get your degrees translated. And based on the US degree, I have equivalent Bachelor of Business Administration but 1 semester only in business management. But then I do have a Bachelor of Education degree because that was recognized. So this is a big information which I wanted to give you all.
And in between, I request all the participants and even teacher educators, please post me your questions on WhatsApp. Do not post on the chat, please. Post me your questions. Most of the students, we have our own educational groups. And whatever the questions come to your mind, keep me posted on WhatsApp, please, about the credits, how the conversion of the credits take place. So try to know as much as you can. Thank you. Monica, please continue.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. So these are the differences in the education system. As I said, 10 plus 2 plus 3. But that does not affect the engineers and doctors. So when engineers and doctors enter this country, they already have a degree, because they are 10 plus 2 plus 4. The major difference which we see is that in India, it's always, the 12th grade percentage, which is counted. But over here, it's a lot of different tests like a SAT and ACT. And when our kids, they pass from 12th grade in this country, their sports, extracurricular activities, all is counted for their admission into the college. It's not only the percentage in the board exams. It's not only that particular exam. It's their scores from the last, all the high school levels, the undergraduate level, and the extracurricular activities, their social service. So my daughter is into social service right now, because if they do social service in this country, it gives you a lot of credits. So this country has different ways of assessing a student. Next, in the ratio, see, we have in India, it's 160. There are a lot of students versus one teacher. Here it's just 1:30. That is higher level. In the lower level, it's 1:20. Of course, in India, it's more rigid because we really give a lot of importance to academics. Over here, you can say in 12th grade, I'm tired, I'll take a 1 year break, and you can sit at home and then you can continue a year later. In India, you don't get to skip your years. I know things are changing, but we don't prefer that. But in this country, they give you your enough time to complete your credits and course. Of course, India teachers are highly respected, and in US, of course, the respect is little low. Till today, ma'am, I'm telling you, till today, when my director enters my classroom, I stand up, and she's like, why do you stand up whenever I enter? I said, that's what India has taught us. But not in this country. In this country, it's everybody is like, okay, we are all the same.
I will add over here that these are some of the cultural differences Monica is talking to us. And I think we need to keep them up. We need to admire our cultural values, which she is saying till today, after so many years, when I see a elderly teacher or my senior comes, and I feel like standing up and I feel pride about it. Thank you, Monica, for your inputs.
Of course, ma'am, and she's so proud. My director, if you go to Facebook and you go to my school, Broad Horizons Preschool at Bethany, she always keeps writing. She's the best teacher. You will see all my, and she really admires me because she thinks that we got education in a very, very nice place and a very nice, respectful way. So in this country, public schools are as equal as private schools. People give more importance to public school. Public schools are free education. I'm really telling you, from elementary till 12th grade, we don't pay a dollar for education for our kids. But when it goes to college, it's so much that it covers all the years that we have been taking free education. So public schools are free. And to be honest, you cannot go to any public school of your choice. If you stay in an area, you have to attend the school which is next to your house, the closest to your house. You cannot choose your school for your kids. If you want another school, you move your house, but the school doesn't move over here. So people keep changing their houses as to find better schools. That's the difference over here. In India, you can go to any school you like. Here we don't call standard one, standard two. It's grade one, grade two, grade three. That's a major difference. We call it VN standard one. Here we call it grade. Well, in India, teachers don't need licenses to teach. They need a BA, they need degrees. But here, besides the degrees, you need a license for each and every level where you're going to teach. So license is a very important thing in this country.
So, Monica, can you highlight little bit how one goes about license and what is the procedure of licensing, and till what time period your license remains valid? Do you need to revalid the license again to continue as a teacher? So, little bit if you can highlight on licensing system in US.
Sure. So early childhood is only preschool and under 5. Over 5, they start kindergarten at 5 years age till grade 12. So early childhood has different license than kindergarten to 12th grade teachers. They have a different licensing agency. They are two different things. And college is the third thing, which has a different licensing altogether, but they are very, very high level tests to be passed. So I'll start with the preschool, ma'am. In the preschool, of course, to work in this country, first you need a legal work permit. You need a visa, which allows you to work. Background check. It's a very, very important part. If you have committed a crime, you cannot be in the teaching background, because teaching background, you have to have clear history background. And the licensing agency is different in every state. So I am in Massachusetts, Boston. You would have heard that Boston, Massachusetts is very, very popular, number one state in the entire US, whereas education is concerned. People all over the world want to come to Harvard and MIT. So our licensing procedures are very strict because we have got the highly professional teachers in this state. So we have this agency which is called mass.gov.eec. EC is Early Childhood and Care. I have given you the website. Whenever you go there, you can click there and find the information. So the levels work like assistant teacher, teacher, then lead teacher, director 1, and director 2. Director 2 means you can open your school or you can be the principal of the school. Director 1, you can be the assistant principal. Lead teacher, what I am director too, but I'm working as a lead teacher too, because most of the directors teach in the classroom too. So lead teacher means all the assistants and other teachers work under me. I frame the curriculum, I take care of everything, but I pass my leadership to them and train them under me, and they work under me. That's how it works. It takes years to go from one level to another. When I came to this country, I was already given the lead teacher certification with the B.Ed. So my B.Ed helped
Monica, there is a question which says Director 2 can be opening the school, but do we need to have a separate licensing for opening a school?
School licenses are different, but that is only licensing for opening the school. You don't have to give any exams.
Yes.
No more exams are needed. The license which is needed, the building license, the
Yes,
fire
right.
inspection, all those type of licenses, something to do with the building.
Infrastructural. So
That's
those
what,
are infrastructural licensing.
yes,
Basically, you have to have qualification licensing and you have to have infrastructural licensing. I
yes. So
think
once
answer is very well taken care of.
So once you're director two, you don't need to have any more license. You can open your school. In fact, you can open in your house too if you have a proper infrastructure and
Yeah,
you have.
next question was for that only, that can we open in our vicinity, in our local residential area with the certification? Can we open a play center?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
So the requirement is that you need so much square feet, 1,000 to 1,200. You fence that square feet. And under the fence, you have the cribs, the toys, and everything, but nothing else. Carpeted and fenced, one bathroom, and an outside play area. That's all that you need. And a kitchen, which you should have by the side to heat up milk or anything, But initially they allow you only 6 kids in your house, and the maximum you can have in your house is 10 kids because it's the house. And you can open it. It's very easy. It's not at all difficult once you have this EEC license. You don't even need a direct to be a director two. You can be director one and still open your own. So once you come to this country with the BTTC BEd, you are a lead teacher. You take some 3 credit courses, which goes around 8 weeks, and you need to take three credit courses. So 8 weeks, and you get to director one. But it's easy than said. You have to put 3 years of practicum in it. So you have to be working in some place for 18 months to come from teacher to lead teacher. Then again from lead teacher to director one, another 18 months, and nothing more is needed for director two besides one course. So all when you go to this website mass.gov, everything is clearly listed. What is the eligibility, what do you need, and how exactly what courses do you need. And to be honest, after COVID, these courses are being offered free online. That's very nice. In fact, I think if you all also want to take, I can always ask them whether they're going to allow kids from India, because if it's free and if it's online, I'm telling you there's no harm in doing it, because everything helps. Previously I have paid $1,000 for each 3 credit course. It's free now. So they're promoting a lot of teachers to come in this field. All the teachers need a CPR and first aid training that expires every year. So every year you need to take first aid and CPR training, and every 2 years you need a background check. So that's very important. That comes to early childhood. When it comes to kindergarten to grade 12, your EEC has nothing to do with this. This is a complete different license. This is an agency called MTEL. The full form of MTEL is Massachusetts Teachers Educators License. Now, this one, if you go to that website, and I will take you to that website because I really want you to know, these are the different areas: biology, business, chemistry, Chinese. So you don't have to take all of this. You choose a subject that you want to teach. For example, you want to teach math. So you will only go to that math, click on it, and you will take the exam only on that subject. So you will be a teacher of that subject, and you will get a license to teach in that subject. Well, it also depends on the grade. So you choose a grade and you choose your subject, and that's the only subject you can be hired for. You cannot be a math licensor, a license, and you have a math license, you cannot teach science. If you have a history license, you cannot teach English. So you have to decide what is your requirement and just take the test. And the test is very, like, it's $150, but it takes 3 or 4 attempts to clear it. It's not easy because it's a lot of things to be prepared. You can take a lot of classes to prepare for that. Once you get
Yeah,
a license,
Monica, I wanted to know about that only. Like, do one needs to join some professional classes before taking up these tests, and how often these classes are available for people to be, and how often is the test conducted?
test is conducted every month. So you take an appointment, and you can take appointment any day, anytime. You can take any number of attempts. There is not, but first, because we are from India, we need to even take a TOEFL English exam. So there are two tests which we have to take because we are coming from India. But once you're a citizen, then you just take the subject test. Once you get the license, you don't need to renew it. You don't need to give the exam anytime again in your life. And for example, if I get a license from Massachusetts, I can go to the other state, give my license, and they'll transfer it for the other state. So you don't need to give it again at all. Once you get the license, you are licensed to teach in their subject forever. So that's a good point, but it takes, and the classes which are conducted are only for 4 or 5 weeks. So, and there are a lot of books, there are prep tests online, there are books like how you give a GRE exam, exactly like that. There are books which you can read from the libraries, they are available free of charge, and you can give this exam. Now, these exams are being conducted online because of COVID. Otherwise, you had to go there and give the exam. So this
Monica,
is a class.
one more question. Can we take more subject tests? For example, I wish to become a teacher of maths, science, and maybe social studies also. So how many tests I can be taking as subject teacher?
There's no limit, ma'am. You
Okay,
can take
fine.
any number as far as you clear it, and you can take something called general curriculum. Now, general curriculum, like you say, okay, I want to become a first grade teacher, and from first to fourth, you are allowed to take general curriculum and teach any subject. But after grade fourth, you have to take special subjects. So from 1 to 4, you can take a general curriculum, which will allow you to teach any subject to kids from 6 to 10 years old. So I'll come back to this. So you can go on these websites, and there's a lot of information on this website, how to go about it. Now comes to college professors. It's not easy because you need a master's degree and you need a PhD. PhD is a must to be a college, a professor in a college. So I was a professor in a college in India, but I couldn't teach here in a college because I didn't have my PhD. And next thing, it was very difficult for me to think about getting a license because teaching at a college level, you need, if you are a science and math teacher from India, you are really, really required in this country. If you're a STEM
Monica, the questions are pouring in. PhD in India is recognized as well as you said, B.Ed from India.
yes,
You
it
said
is.
B.Ed degree is well recognized to be a teacher over there. PhD from Indian universities also is well recognized over there.
Yes, it's well recognized if you are able to produce a degree transcript. I mean, if you're doing a PhD online, I wouldn't say no. But if you are having a proper mentor in India and getting your professional PhD degree from the Mumbai University or any university in India, it's equivalent to PhD in US.
So
So
I take the point as you are saying universities are accredited in US. If your university is accredited in US and your PhD is from that university, it is equivalent and recognized over there.
yes.
Well
So
understood?
for example, IGNOU, IGNOU gives you a B.Ed degree, right? But IGNOU will not be accepted because many people take online B.Ed on IGNOU, but they don't recognize anything which you have done online. You need to be attending in-person classes in India
Very
and get,
well answered question, Monica.
and you have to have a Mumbai University, like a transcript which shows the university or Delhi University. Then they recognize it. Anything which it says diploma, it's out. They don't recognize it anyhow, whatever you do. So PhD is required at a college level. And but if you are a science and math teacher from India and you don't have a PhD, they will still hire you because science and math teachers from India are very, very required. You go to any website, if you say, I'm a science and math teacher, I'm a B.Ed in science and math, they have a lot of opportunities available for you, lots. So, of course, I was from the economics background, geography, so I had to do my master's in commerce and go take more courses. But if you're science and math, you stand a lot of opportunities here. So these are the exchange programs, visa permits. There is something called J1 visa. I'm clicking here. That's an exchange program for teachers coming from India. You can come on J1 visa only for 3 or 4 months. It's an exchange program. So these are the different institutes in USA which accept all the teachers to come for an exchange program. They sponsor your J1 visa and they get you here. See, it's called programs cross sponsors. But you need to be sure that you go back once you're done. If you overstay in this country, you become illegal, and that's going to be effective on your status, which you don't want to do. So J1 visa is someone who sponsors you to come here for the exchange program, depending on what subject you are coming to teach. For a J1 exchange program, you should be a current teacher teaching in India so that they get chances. Now, there are a lot of sponsors. There are on this website, when you go back, you will see a lot of different ways how you can institutes which have opportunities. Click on them, send your resume, and they'll get in touch with you if you have the eligibility to come on this exchange program. So what you need in this exchange program is this is the eligibility. You are currently employed as a teacher in your home country. If you're not, you should have passed 12 months advanced degree or a US bachelor degree, which is equivalent, as I said, 10 plus 2 plus 4. You are a non-US citizen. You cannot be a US citizen to come on J1 visa. You're 18 years above, you know English, you have the US degree, 2 years of full-time teaching, and all these eligibility. If you meet these, then you can go to the program sponsors, put your resume, and get a chance to come here and teach part-time for 2 or 3 months. I know 2 or 3 teachers who have come from India. They sponsor your stay. You stay with the family in US who guides you, who helps you in getting around. They drive you, they give you food to eat. Everything is sponsored by them, everything besides your ticket and besides your visa charges, which are they may not visa charges, but basically ticket charges and your shopping and extra things which you do, but you need
Monica, the question says that do you need to be teaching in a government college? You said regular college. So regular college, can you define? This is what the question tells me. That do we need to be teaching in government college for the exchange program? Any inputs or any highlights from your side?
I any college which is accredited or recognized in
Okay.
India,
Yes, right.
you have to be teaching in that. So for example, if I say I'm teaching when Car Education Society had just started, it was not recognized over here, because you need to be the college needs to be running for certain number of years to be recognized in US. So when I started teaching in Car Education Society, it was not recognized, but now it is, because it's been 10 years. So after 10 years, a college does become recognized. So you have to be teaching in some of, so now my teaching is valid, but when I came here, it was the first year when that college had started in Car. So then nobody knew, and it was not online. So I mean, they don't recognize degrees like that or teaching. So of course, if you're teaching in BTTC, for example, then you are recognized and you can come here for the exchange. So the next thing is H1B visa. H1B visa is like, now they've opened this visa for teachers. Previously, it was only for engineers and doctors. It was not, and post PhDs in this.
Monica, sorry, I'm interrupting. We will continue from here only. I should not miss out on the question. The question says, how many years you need to be, you must have completed in India to go for exchange program. And when you say exchange program, what does that mean? Somebody has to come from US also to India. How it becomes an exchange program? These are the questions which are coming.
Yeah, that's a good question. So some institutions work like, oh, you send one teacher, we send one teacher. Some institutions work like that. There are some institutes which say, no, we only need a teacher from there, because we have a requirement for a math teacher for summer program. So we need a math teacher for 3 months to come and teach in our place. So there are a lot of institutes. So if you go there are a lot of different institutes. See the sponsor name, and they will let you know what is their requirement. Exactly, do they need someone to come from there, or it's just one way exchange where they just need you to come here. There are
One, okay, sorry, continue.
no, tell me, ma'am.
There is one question which is asking, the exchange is only for the colleges or it is for the schools also?
It's mostly for colleges, so
Yes, yeah.
and high school, but not for elementary and not for early childhood. So high school and mostly colleges, because they need professors. That's where they have shortage in teachers. So there are eligibility fees, program sponsors. These are called, these are the sponsor. You can, how to apply, become a sponsor, who are the current sponsors, and host families. So there are families who host. Okay, we will give our house to these teachers. They can come and stay with us, and the government pays them for hosting a family to stay with them. So it has to be an American family. Most of them are the American families. They will invite you to stay with them, and they will take you all over the place, and help you to get to your college, to your workplace, and stuff like that. It's usually 3, 4, maximum 6 months, not more than that.
So, Monica, I'm very happy today our alumni are actively participating in this seminar, in the webinar, maybe through YouTube. There is a question for you. Who selects the teacher? If there are more than one teacher who has applied, I mean, there are more teachers who have who have put in their name for exchange, then how the teachers are selected by the institution?
First is there how much eligibility they meet.
Yes.
2 years is the minimum that you need. 2 years of experience. But if you have been teaching for 12 years, so definitely you will be given the first priority. What are the awards? What are the recognition that you earn in India from your institute? Or if you have anything special that you have done, like a research in some area. So all those counts, all your awards, accredits, everything counts. And you know what? It's not only that, even it's about your interview. So how good you are in speaking English? How is your accent really it can be conveyed easily to students? That's another thing, because our accent is very different. So that's another criteria. Another thing is how many months are you willing to stay here? And all those, and how is your background check, and how they're going to run the background check. Have you ever visited this country before? That's also another thing, because sometimes
बच्चा
they don't want new
Ranjit,
people,
please
because
mute.
they don't know, the new people will get lost in this country sometimes. So have you visited to any other countries? And how many countries have you visited abroad? Have you traveled? Are you good in traveling? And all those things, they count a lot of things. But it also depends on sponsors you choose. So there are agencies, there are a lot of agencies on the website, you can go and see. And these agencies help you to know, sometimes they can play around and help you. This is the exact website which will give you a big overview. This is called Teachers Council. J1 visa overview, eligibility, fees, how to apply, and how to go about. Everything is given on this website. You can apply here too. So it's called Teachers Council, and you just click on apply, and you can go ahead and if you meet all the eligibility. So initial eligibility form, then second, third. There's going to be a lot coming up. Once you fill all these. So, do you have a master's degree? So, all this, what is your job title, your employer, your resume? So, you give all this and you just click, sign it and click it and send it to them. They will review everything and they'll get back to you if they think, that yes, you are eligible. So, there are a lot of subjects: see, business, foreign language, science, math, special education, early childhood. You just click your and just send it, and they will go scrutinize it and get in touch with you, and they're very good in getting in touch with you. But it takes time. It's not like you did it today and tomorrow you'll get the answer. It takes time. They review a lot of things before they get in touch. The another visa is H1 visa, H1B visa. That is like if your spouse comes here on H1, he's an engineer, doctor, then you get an H4. If you have no spouse and you want to come through your visa, these are the four districts which can sponsor your H1B visa. Only these four. And then these two institutes which will help you to get through it. So this is for H1B visa. Like you independently apply for a visa to come to this country. So you click on this board and they will give you all the information and you can contact them, email them. These are the only four organizations so far who are applying for H1 because H1B visa goes into a lottery system. It's not easy to get that. So it needs an attorney and stuff like that. So it's a very, very highly because H1B visa means you can stay. So for example, you H1B visa can allow you to come here and you can change your job and keep staying in this country. You don't have to go back like J1. J1, you have to go back once you're done with your assignment. In H1, you can stay back and find another job. So people prefer this, but it's very difficult to get. But if you go to their websites, they will help you how to get into the system and how to apply for it. This is another thing, another website which I've given you, what are the requirements for H1B visa and how period of stay and fees. Of course, the fees are very high to apply for this visa. And how is the processing, how does the processing take place? And all these information. I mean, whenever you have time, you can go slowly. If you need any help, I've given my number. You can always contact me through WhatsApp.
Yes, Monica, that is the request that is coming for you, that can we have this presentation? Yes, I wish to request all our alumni, most of the answers which you had been posting, I think I could take up all the questions, but Monica is definitely going to share in our groups all the links which she has mentioned today, that this is the place where you can apply for, you can seek the guidance. And she is going to post after this webinar, she is going to post all the links on the WhatsApp groups, definitely.
Yeah, I'll put all these. And these are online tutoring opportunities where you can sit in India and teach. Vipkid.com, growingstars.com. And these hire teachers from abroad. And you can go to their websites. And even now, you can teach from there. Vipkid.com and growingstars.com. If you
Okay, I think those are the great opportunities. Post COVID-19 or online education had been a blessing to us somehow, that the opportunities are on the online portal and platform. Teachers in India also can be teaching to the children, to the population of United States, becoming online teachers.
Yes, that is right. And these are the job websites. So indeed.com schools, this is the two websites which teachers in America go through if they want to take up a job. I want you to go in these two websites, indeed.com, schoolspring.com, and see what are the requirements. In a lot of requirements, you come to know how you apply for a job and how does it take place in USA. And those two above websites, Vipkid and Growing Stars, you can be in India and keep tutoring. I would tell you to apply on them. The reason being that it adds to your resume that you have taught to kids in USA, even if you were in India. It will be a timing problem because it's day and night difference, but I'm telling you, it will give you a lot of addition to your resume. So try to apply. Vipkid is very good, and I have seen people, teachers from China teaching in Chinese language, which is also a addition. If you know a foreign language, it's an addition to it. Well,
Monica, it's my duty. I have to pick up today all the questions that are coming from alumni groups. The question is as genuine as you can be thinking. What is the pay scale of teachers in United States and online teachers from India?
so
I don't know whether Monica would be knowing online teachers pay scale, but at least USA you can be informing to our students.
Sure. Early childhood care starts from $15 per hour to $20 per hour. And for the director 1, director 2, it gets to $24 per hour. You
So
cannot
Dr.
get
Balani will help us that how the dollars are to be converted into rupees, and that's how you have to feel happy about it.
$20 will be 140 per hour. If I don't like, if I do it into 70, 20 into 70, no, 1400 per hour. Sorry, I'm wrong. 20 into 70 is 1400 per hour. Of course, it sounds very nice, but in this country, the expenses are too much too, So living expenses, cost of living is high. But that's the early childhood. If I'm talking about elementary to grade 2, it starts at $40,000 per year, and you can go up to 100K per year. College professors, 120 to 130K per year. So you can
Our
convert.
students are really wanting to become the fast earners. So somebody is wanting to know, after my B.Ed, when I am doing my masters, after my B.Ed, can I become online teacher and earn money?
Online teaching starts at $15 per hour too. So, 12 to 15, it starts, the minimum wage in this country is $12. So even if you work at McDonald's, you'll be making $15 to 12 to $15.
Yes,
So
I think the pocket money fascinates to everyone a lot. So the answer is, if you have done your B.Ed, you can become online teacher for United States. Am I right?
yes, so
Fine, good, good,
you
good.
can go to websites and start teaching, and $12 to $15 is the minimum that you will make per hour. They always pay per hour in this country. Because if you're not coming that day, so it's like counted by the minute. So if I'm leaving 15 minutes late, I get paid for the 15 minutes. But if I leave 15 minutes early, I don't get paid for 15 minutes leaving early. So
So
it's
that
not.
means we need to train our students. When they get 15 minutes late, we should fine them heavily so that they learn how to value the money and dollars.
I know, but that's
That's
not for
cute.
the elementary and the college teachers, only for the early childhood. Elementary, and they are paid per fixed salary per year. So, and they are paid for the vacation. Early childhood teachers are not paid for the vacation, summer vacation. So that's another thing.
Yeah, very
Which
glad to know every moment is precious and every minute brings you money.
I know your everything is money. So everything, but they value life too. So
Wonderful. That's wonderful to understand. Yes.
this is something which is not important, but I made it important because there are a lot of cultural words which are taken in a wrong sense in this country. So I want to share an experience. I was sitting and I was teaching a child to write A. And the child tells me, Miss Monica, can I have a rubber, please? I said, oh, yeah. And I give him an eraser. And all the teachers started laughing. All the teachers. And I was like, why are they laughing? What's wrong? I mean, what did I do wrong? I was scared and nervous. So, rubber is a very slang language in this country. You
Oh,
cannot use it. It has a different meaning. And here they call it as an eraser. So, it it was a laugh blast in my classroom, I'm telling you. And I was embarrassed when I heard what it means. So, biscuit, because we use British English. American English is very different than British English. The word dicky is another thing. Please never use that word. I mean, people run away. It's a very, very slang language again. And we are so used to it. Can you put this in my dicky? No, it's a trunk. So there is a lot of words. I used to spell check as CHEQUE, but it's not that. It's CHECK in America. A bank check is spelled as the other check. Most of the students who come from India, who are 2 or 3 years old, they come and tell us, I spell happy birthday as HAPPY. It's not H, it's H in this country. It's not Z, it's Z. So lot of differences which I learned after coming here. The alphabets, the phonics are different, which we learn over the period. But these are some of the things which I've written, like We call it as bill, and they call invoice, check, like different things. So these are some words which I put, but there are a lot of words, and believe me, sometimes it's hilarious to listen to what they mean in this country and how different they are from India. So I will share this, and you can always go through it. And but one thing I wanted to share is that when I came, I have trained a lot of Indians to come to this field. I have 3 Indian assistant teachers working with me. 2 of them have not even done their bachelor's from India, but I guided them how to go through the courses. So even if you're not a bachelor, you can still become an early childhood teacher in this country. There are some courses which I guided them, and they're working with me now. It's a You need a guidance. That's all that is needed. And they were so happy because they have not even started earning in India, and they started earning $15 per hour, which is a big money for them. When you come from that country, definitely. Indian teachers, before, they didn't know that Indian teachers are very hardworking. My director today, when she gets a resume from an Indian, she puts it above the other resumes. He thinks Indian teachers are very hardworking, they are very honest, and they are very, very disciplined. And she passes this to everyone. And this is what US feels now, that Indian teachers are very dedicated to their field, and they're very academically math skills. Here they need calculator for everything. Not We can do it mental math. So I really want to tell you that we are in a very good country which teaches us a lot of important things. And please bring your culture here. We need a lot of Indian culture here. I sometimes feel sad that we are getting westernized in India, and here it's the opposite, that they are inviting our culture. They are believing in Buddha, they are believing in yoga, and my director has asked me to conduct yoga every week for our kids who are just 3 or 4 years old. So they believe that yoga is very important. The another field which is very upcoming is the special education. If you have special education courses taken in India, because there's a lot of autistic kids in this country, there are a lot of kids who have disabilities. It's too much. It's too much. It's way too much, because of the later age of marriage and having kids. If you get an opportunity in India to take some special education courses that adds to your resume, please go ahead and take those courses. It's going to be very helpful for you, very helpful. And of course, languages, as many languages you can learn in India, the better it is. But we are very, very highly recognized in this country. That's what I can tell you. If you get a chance, go to my website where I teach, Broad Horizons Preschool at Bethany. Most of our kids are from India. So you'll see Indian students, you'll see Indian teachers working with Americans. It's a pleasure to see that. People think that we are from India and there is a lot of cultural biasness. And I would tell you that's not actually true. It's a lot of diversity over here. We are very welcoming now, not like before. And they see us with a lot of respect now. From before, things have changed. Things have changed drastically in the past few years, as we have grown in this country. And
Monica, there is lots and lots of appreciation coming in person to me from your alumni group. They are saying happy to listen all that Monica is talking about cultural values, about teachers and appreciation for teachers, and specifically somebody has written Bombay Teachers Training College teachers are appreciated. Very happy to know that. And I'm very happy that today alumni group is very active and responding back to this webinar. And yes, Monica, you can continue.
I'm very thrilled. Before, I don't know how much time more we have, but I'm really thankful to Dr. Balani and HSNC board, BTTC, for arranging these webinars. COVID-19 has given new ways, of course, as you said, to communicate and get in touch. Thank you to Mandeep, ma'am. I have a lot of nostalgic feelings when I see you, when I talk to you. I was a newly married person. You know, you really guided me through my PED and through all this alumni thing. Thank you for arranging everything and keeping in touch with us. It provides us an opportunity to be a part of BTTC forever. Thanks to Rajiv sir for the tech support. We cannot do without that. Thank you to all the students and staff members who are here. And I really, really believe that I will welcome a lot of you over here. I'm always here to help. And if you enter this country or you contact me through WhatsApp, I'm ready to answer any questions and do any research for any one of you who is willing and to come here and or who is coming here through a spouse and needs help to get through the licensing and certifications to become a teacher. Do your best. BTTC has a lot of opportunities. I would tell you even do DED because DED is equally important as BEd. EEC, early childhood degree. To be honest with you, teaching in a college in this country is not easy because of the teenage problems, the drug abuse, a lot of things, because in this country you're not allowed to punish, you're not allowed to scold the kids. Everything is positive reinforcement. Everything. If a child is not listening, you cannot scold a child. You make a chart, sticker chart. If he or she does good, put a sticker and award him after 5 stickers. That's called positive reinforcement. We don't believe in negativity in the kids. We don't use the word no, never. We always tell them, I don't like it. We never say you don't do that or no doing that. We say we don't like it. So it's easy to teach in the early childhood. So I would even tell you with your BEd, take the early childhood courses, take the DEd, and keep your options broad. You know, as many courses you can take in India, keep your options broad. To come to this country. As much as you add to your resume, it helps in every way. The most important thing I wanted to do, confidence in yourself that you can do it is very important. Yes, you will be corrected for your accent. Yes, you will be corrected for your punctuations. Yes, you will be corrected in many ways, but it's okay, just accept it. It's fine, you're learning. We are all learning every day. So nothing is wrong or nothing is right. We are all learning, you know, and that's all I want to say, that never give up. Keep going ahead, you know, keep seeing the future ahead. And of course, when you come to this country, the first thing I wanted to do is that you need to wash your vessels, you need to wash your clothes, you need to be really on energetic. That's all that I can say, you know. But any questions which you have?
Yes, Monica, I do not want to miss out today on any of the questions. What is the difference between visa, green card, citizenship? Can you?
Sure.
So that's
So
okay.
when you come on H student visa, J1 visa, the student visa or the exchange program, once it gets over, you have to go back to your country. You cannot stay here. H1B visa is for working in this country. And if you marry a person who has H1, you get an H4. H4 cannot work in this country at least for 3-4 years when they enter this country. After 3-4 years, you can apply for your green card. Once you apply for your green card, you cannot apply. Your spouse is on H1 can apply. And they can apply for you too, as your wife, as your kids. Once you apply the H1B visa, once you apply the green card, so once you apply the green card, it takes 10 to 12 years for it to come. But in the first 2 years, you get your work permit, even if you're on H4. So green card takes 12 years. Green card allows you to stay in this country as a permanent resident. You can stay forever, but it does not allow you to have the legal rights in this country to vote, to get tax benefits and stuff. After you get your green card, you can apply for citizenship after 5 years. So once you get a green card after 5 years, you have to give an exam, history exam, which you pass, and then you get your citizenship. It's not difficult. It's 50 questions, which I just did it last December. Once you become a citizen, you get your pensions and everything in your old age. So if you're a citizen, you cannot vote in India. You lose your voting rights and citizenship rights in India. You cannot have dual citizenship. China allows that, but India does not allow that. You cannot have an Aadhaar card in India if you are a US citizen. You have to give up all that. So green card is the best bet for you because you can maintain your Indian citizenship. At the same time, you can stay in this country. The only problem is that you will not be able to get the legal rights of voting in this country and tax benefits. That's all. So once you come on the once and J1 visa. So for example, you come on a student visa. That's J1. You are studying, you come here to take a course, you get an F1 student visa. And then you find someone who will sponsor your H1. So, for example, my sister came here to do her master's. She did her 2 years master's in biomedical engineering. And then she started searching for a job who will sponsor her visa. So she got a job, they sponsored her H1, and they did her visa. And after 3 years of H1, they applied her green card. And then the companies do everything for you, everything they do it, but you need a solid sponsor. That will be only schools don't sponsor, colleges don't sponsor. Only engineers and doctors have an opportunity to get an employers who will sponsor their visa. As a teacher, you need to work for your life, for your visa through the exchange program or the other sponsors which I showed you online. It's not going to be sponsored by big companies. They're very small, but schools don't sponsor it. There are middle agencies who charge you for it. You pay them some fees and they will sponsor the visa for you. But if you come as an engineer doctor, then your institute sponsors for you. Miss Mandeep, ma'am.
Yes. Sorry, I just noticed. Thank you, Monica. Beautifully answered to the question. Still, there are more questions. During this situation, not only COVID-19 and coronavirus, but otherwise also the changed policies for last few years in US, which is the better opportunity to work, USA or UK? I do not know because you are happy with the USA, you are very well settled over there, whether what you have to say about that, but please answer if you can
My
genuinely.
Yes, my husband stayed in UK for 3 years.
That's okay.
So, and I can tell you, UK is too much to take because their accent is very difficult and it's not as diverse as USA. USA has people from all over the world, but not UK. Plus, USA gives you citizenship. My child gets a citizenship if he or she is born in this country. You don't get a UK citizenship. So, so for example, I'm telling you, there are a lot of personalities who just come when they're pregnant and have their kids here so that they can become a citizen. And then they go back. They just come to visit, have their kids, and go back. And it's allowed. You still get a citizenship. Your child still is a citizen. So USA policies may be strict in some places, but UK policies are very strict. My husband, who worked there, he says there's a lot of cultural biasness in UK, which I am not sure of. I have not worked in that there, but I would definitely, as many people I know and I have spoken to, USA is more diverse than UK. But more than that, I think Dubai is a very good place for teachers. I've heard Indian teachers do very well in Dubai, very well. So you can explore opportunities there too, you know.
And I think what fascinates you always becomes the good. That should be, if US fascinates you, you need to explore, you need to find out. So this webinar actually was out of Monica's journey to make you understand, to make you realize, to make you know where BTTC stands for you all. This was for the current batch students, for our alumni, and because our alumna is contributing to the institution, and making us understand how well settled she is in America. And she wanted to share her experiences, her journey. So beautifully, she explained from her work in India, and then the current status and post COVID situations, like online teaching is available to you. If you cannot move to America, but you still can be a teacher for America, even that also can bring a lot of charm.
Yes.
uh,
I wanted to say that one of my colleagues from BTTC, Poonam, I'm not sure if she's here. She came to visit Massachusetts. She's working in India in a school, and the school sponsored the kids to come here to the through an exchange program through Harvard. It's called MUN, MANN, if I'm not mistaken. She brought her ninth and 10th grade students with her. There were 14 kids who came here, participated in a lot of competitions, took a lot of certificates and awards from here. So, I mean, she's also from PTTC, and she got this opportunity to bring her students over here, you know. So, I mean, I have seen a lot of progress in, at least I know people who are from my batch, you know.
Thank you so much, Monica. I think most of the questions are, Romana, I answered all your questions, are picked up there. How well is the new teacher? Okay, I think we can, Mr. Ranjit, we can unmute the audience now. Most of the questions which were coming to me directly in my chat as well as on my WhatsApp, I have tried my best to pick them up. If some people still have some questions, you can please put your hand up. Mr. Ranjit will unmute you. And
Yes, ma'am.
okay, there is one more question. How well is a new teacher with an experience of 10 to 15 years paid?
Which level are we talking about? Early childhood or kindergarten to 12th grade or college level?
Yes, I think we are unmuted now. The participant should be which level you are wanting to know, or Monica, you can mention all three levels: early childhood,
So
as you said.
early childhood, I would say it's $19 per hour, depending 18 to 19 if you're a lead teacher. In middle elementary to grade 12, I would say $50,000. It's the starting price. I mean, you always get a promotion and a raise. And college level, definitely any amount between 60 to 90,000 per year. And then it depends on the subjects too. If you're science and math, you make more money. If you are a social studies teacher, then you make less money. It all depends on the subjects too.
So do we have any more questions? I think it was really, as I said it, intensive and extensive webinar it is going to be. Yes, there was a question about research. I think you have answered to that also. Higher education. Monica, you wish to say something about if somebody wants to do the research in America?
Yes. So if you want to do a research, you need to have a master's degree from India, and you have to give an exam, GRE. You know, GRE. Many engineers, many. It's a standardized test to continue your studies, masters or postgraduate studies in this country. Give a TOEFL, an English test, and then you give a GRE. And depending on your GRE scores, you get to choose the universities in America which will accept your scores and invite, sponsor your student visa.
Okay, beautifully answered. But then the last question, I am really happy and glad to know that last question. What is the retirement age for teachers in America? Lovely question.
60. So 60 to 65. So there's 60, and then you have a grace period of 5 years. So if you are healthy and you're still running around as a teacher, you get grace period too. You know? So 65. But it starts at 60 and goes to 65. If you are a public school teacher, that's like a government teacher, and you retire, your life is secure. They give you pension throughout your life. They have retirement benefits throughout your life. So you will be paid good money um, for your security, in your elderly ages.
So, Monica, you had almost 100 people on this webinar, minus you and me. We are 102, 103, number is fluctuating. And 100 people got the insight. I mean, you, even teachers also, people like me would feel like moving to America. We know Monica is there today to help us
You
and
are most
welcome us from BTTC to US.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Anybody coming here can stay with me. There are a lot of exchange programs in Harvard University and very short-term courses in Harvard. And you can come here for 8 weeks, take those courses. So please look into it. They are very nice. And I wanted to share one website, which is Harvard Online Courses. And they are giving it for free after COVID. I will pass that information to you, Mandeep, ma'am. Please pass it to the students. They are short weekly courses in Harvard. They are really, really good, but very extensive, very research based. I think that all will help all these students and staff, to learn more.
Arnaz Shiroff, I think you would be satisfied now with your question that B.Ed done in India still valid in state. So Monica is really endorsing very emphatically that yes, and moreover in BTTC. So she has actually, as a brand ambassador of BTTC, she said that wherever, whichever the school I go to, I am introduced as a teacher from Bombay Teachers Training College. So any more questions, if are there, please quickly put your camera on. It's time for us to say formal vote of thanks to Monica for wonderful inputs which she has given today. I can see Dr. Bhagwan Balani is there back. I mean, he is there in his office. So
To Balani,
Balani sir, few words of wisdom from you.
Definitely. I'm very impressed. Up to now, we were looking forward to Dubai scholars. Yesterday, Dr. Lubna Mansoori arranged online interviews with 9 students of Bombay Teachers Training College. And Dubai scholars have employed more than 15 teachers from Bombay Teachers Training College. And now the path is towards global.
that's a very great news.
Uh,
Very great
and
news.
you have opened one more door for us. I'm thankful to you. And I was just listening to you and got some hints. Now there are two happy people, Dr. Lubna Mansoori and myself. She's in charge. We will connect to you, and we will love to start online teaching, because we will give them training how to apply for online teaching at Bombay Teachers Training College. So even the existing teachers and alumni, because we are this year we have admitted more than 22 students for our MA in education program. They are already teachers, so they would like to take up the job over there. So please help us in connecting to the different agencies over there, so that our students can get a online teaching job, especially the seasoned one who are highly experienced. And in
Yes.
this batch also, B.Ed batch, we have got very highly experienced teachers who have been teaching as a professor in colleges, as a visiting faculty, and in some other areas. Their profiles are very, very high. And we are blessed that BTTC has got high profile student teachers. So I believe that a lot of potential is there with us. And uh, students like you can help us to connect us to the global world, especially in USA. And if you can create a lot of opportunities for us, even today also, we will love to connect to them. Because what happens if 4, 5, or 8 students are absorbed through your efforts, then naturally what will happen, a tunnel will be created, and through that tunnel I think we will be able to pump up many more student teachers over there.
Yes.
Now you had to be proactive, and on regular basis you had to interact with our students, and you had to really mentor them in connecting them to the different schools and our different agencies over there. I'm looking forward to many more, we can say, interactive sessions with you so that we are successfully able to launch
देखा हो गया
in US.
बता दो
Sure, sure, Balani.
Ma'am, thank you.
12
It was truly an
मेरा
enriching
एक
experience for all.
नाश्ता खा रही हूँ
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
green money in dollars, I like the most.
So,
Of course.
Balani sir, two people are very happy, and one person is the happiest. That is Mandeep, to get connected to Monica, because it's really wonderful, and very honestly, she has shared everything of her journey so beautifully put up. And I am very happy today. Our alumni group was so actively sending me all the messages on. I hope I have not missed out, but I promise whatever they have the questions, if I missed out on something, there is still one question about scope of commerce and economics pedagogy. Then Monica can be taking up that in person in the groups also as well.
Sure, I'd be more than happy
Yes.
to connect in future.
So within 1 minute, Monica, if you can tell the scope of commerce and economics teachers in US. Otherwise, we have to, yes.
As I've done my commerce and economics, I would say if you're from that background, you would be better off starting in the early childhood, because economics, geography, and history is different in this country versus what they teach in India, because our geography, our history is different than the history and geography in this country. So there was where I was lagging, and that's why I chose the early childhood field. But once you come here and you learn the history and give the licensing exam, then you are all set to even take up geography and history. But you have to clear that licensing exam. You have the book, you read the history and geography from this country and sit for the exam, clear it, and you're all set.
Thank you, Monica, for really, I mean, the last question also you have very successfully answered. And I think, no, I'm very sure this webinar is going to be very fruitful. And all those who could not be present at this particular time, you all know that the YouTube recording always is there on BTTC portal. You always can go back, you can hear to it. And thank you, Monica, for your inputs. And thank you for a welcoming note to United States of America.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for giving the opportunity, Dr. Balani sir, and Mandeep ma'am. It's been a pleasure to see you. Thank you for this opportunity. I will always be there to guide you, whatever you need, whatever guidance you need. Anyone from BTTC, you are in my heart forever. So anything, you can come and stay at my house, and I can guide you how to go through. You're always welcome.
Yes, Monica, we may be your heart, but you are in our heart.
Thank you. Thank you.
I request Pratiksha to please present formal vote of thanks. And after that, it's a request to all the students, quickly switch over to the other link for the next webinar. Pratiksha, for formal vote of thanks. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And it's really a matter of pride for me that I'm proposing a vote of thanks for this webinar. And on behalf of Bombay Teachers Training College, I take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks to those who have directly or indirectly contributed to this webinar on education beyond borders without barriers, organized by our institution. At the outset, I thank our esteemed resource person, Monica Tekchandani. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and your presence. The knowledge you have shared with us is going to be very helpful to us in our professional career. Your style of presentation was highly appreciated by our viewers, and you have very confidently answered all our queries which we had in our minds. And it was really a great pleasure listening to you. We will definitely expect more such a kind of webinars as our alumni contribution. And we are thankful to our respected principal, Dr. Bhagwan Balani, and Vice Principal, Dr. Mandip Kochar, for their motivation. I would like to thank our professor for their enthusiastic support. A special thanks to our social media team for their constant support, and student for their unflinching support and coordination. Our heartfelt thanks to our participants for their active participation. With these warm words and kind message, we move to the end of the first session of today's webinar. Kindly join back for the second session on the topic of professional growth in digital marketing for teachers, presented by Mr. Amit Sharma. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pratiksha. Thank you. All the best to all of you. It was nice talking to all of you. And thank you once again. And all the best for your future.
Thank you, Pratiksha, and thank you, Monica, again standing by our own culture. Thank you to all of you. A happy day and namaste. And please join on the other link now. Monica, you are welcome to participate in our next webinar also. Thank you. Stay connected, stay blessed, stay connected with India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you to all the participants and the staff of BTTC and the students. All the best, and I'll see you. Keep seeing you. Keep talking to you all the time. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. This meeting is over now. Mr. Ranjit, please stop the meeting.